The real estate market is heating up, and that means that if you're a buyer or a real estate agent or even a seller in this market right now, then you are no stranger to the term multiple offers or bidding war, because that's what's going on in this aggressive seller's market. And today I'm going to give you my 5 tips that have helped me and my buyers win in multiple offers. And make sure you stay tuned to number 5, because that is the one that I've implemented many, many times, and it's been tried and true, and one of the top that I recommend. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time in, thank you very much for clicking this video. You are in for a treat today. My name is Vincent. I'm a real estate agent here in St. John, New Brunswick. I was born and raised here. I've been actively selling real estate for over 3 years in the city. And my goal on this channel is to bring you as much valuable content about real estate and St. John as possible. If you're into that, hit the like and subscribe and follow along for the journey. But without further ado, let's get right into the video. In a very aggressive seller's market like we are in right now, when it comes to finding the perfect home, chances are you're going to be competing with other agents and other buyers out there to win the offer on a home, and you have to be able to position yourself as strategically as possible. So today I'm going to be covering some of the things that you can do that are in your control to increase the odds and chances of your offer being accepted, and I'm going to tell you what I have personally done and what works for me. Number 1. The very first step in dealing with a multiple offer situation is educating your buyers on the current market. So it's extremely important that you are able to inform your clients, both seller and buyer really, and let them know what the current market is like. And the ways that I do that is I talk from experience on some of the past sales. If there's anything that I can give them from real life experience, I like to go there first, but also I like to pull up comparables from the local market. And you have to be very careful when you're looking at comparables, because right now we're in a market that is changing very, very quick. So pulling up comparables from 5 years ago isn't a great way to educate anybody. My recommendation and what I do, I use current sales within the last year as comparables, and I try to make it as accurate as possible and within a very close range to the property that you're dealing with, either putting an offer in or looking to sell. So I'll look up comparables normally within about a half a kilometer to a kilometer radius here in New Brunswick, because homes are a little bit more spread out. We got lots of property here. So I find local comparables, and I make sure to educate my buyers on exactly what's going on in this area, in this market, and that gives us a very good idea of where we should start in a multiple offer situation. If you look at some of my last market updates, you'll see how the market is changing and what you need to do to stay on top of it. Number 2, with multiple offers, another thing I like to do is I like to get in contact with the listing agent and find out how many offers are they expecting. When do they want to look at offers? And more importantly, when it comes close to the time that they are looking at offers, find out how many offers do they actually have in hand. Because there has been multiple times where I've heard that somebody is expecting 5, 6, 15 offers, and then when it comes down to it, they actually have 3. Because that is going to change the way that somebody moves forward in this situation. Number 3. What I recommend is to find out what is important to the sellers. The people that are selling the home, you want to call the listing agent and try to get as much information as possible about what's important to that seller. Because some people are motivated by money. Some people are in a situation where maybe they need out of their home at a certain time. So maybe the closing date to them is more important. And others, there might be some other motivation, and you want to try to figure that out, because the more information that you know and the better you're able to write an offer that accommodates the seller's needs, the higher chance you have of winning that offer. Number 4, and number 4 comes down to the conditions on the offer. So when you're writing a purchase and sale agreement, there is normally conditions before this offer is going to be firmed up, which is once the contract agreements have all been met. And some of those conditions include financing, include the deposit amount, inspection, an insurance letter, water tests, and also closing date. Now, I never recommend to anybody to waive conditions to be competitive, but I do inform them that if we have as little amount of conditions as possible, that increases our odds of being selected, because the least amount of conditions, the least ways you have out of a contract, and the more committed it shows that you are to purchasing this house. And number 5, which is my personal favorite, and I firmly believe it's one of the most important tips of today's video, is writing a buyer letter to the seller. And what I mean by that, and if there's any of my clients watching, you'll already know what I'm talking about, but what I mean by that is have your buyer write a letter about them and their family or their situation, and have them include why they love this property, okay? Because at the end of the day, a real estate deal, it does come down to money and it does come down to conditions. However, it also is a human transaction. Telling your story, emotion can be the one thing that ties a deal together when there's no more room to move on price. Emotion is a real thing that can be leveraged in a transaction, in any transaction, that helps bring two parties together, because at the end of the day, we are humans, and humans have emotion, and we can relate to other people's emotions. So it's super important that you do these things that set you apart. And time again, I've had client write letters, and I've had the selling agent call me and say, Brandon, it was that letter is the reason that our sellers end up picking this price. Sometimes I've heard of other offers having a higher price, but the seller loved a letter so much and it made them feel a connection to that individual that they end up picking and actually going with less money because of a buyer's letter, okay? So that is the importance and the power of a buyer's letter in this situation. I hope I was able to bring you some value today with this video. If you've watched the very end, I want to personally thank you so much. Hit the like and subscribe button. If you like what you're hearing here, like I said, follow along for the journey. Leave a comment, let me know what you think. If you have any other advice on possibly how to win a multiple offer, leave the comment below. I would love to hear it. So thank you very much. I hope you guys have an absolutely great day. I make videos every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday, so I'll be doing 3 a week, and I'm committed to bringing those to you to bring as much value as possible. Thank you very much, and enjoy. Wait. So if you liked that video, click one of these other videos, because you might like that one too. I do work really hard on them, and I would love to hear your feedback. Thank you very much.